Hello, it's time for another writing video log. Today is Wednesday, June 30th, and I had a market again on Sunday in Petersfield, Manitoba. Now, my first market, I sold 21 books. That was when it was indoors due to rain, but this time I only sold about 9. I sold 9 books. Now, these 9 books, one of them was actually a Canada Day notebook that I had made. 5 books was purchased by a family member. So that left 3 sales outside of people that I know and a notebook. So I'm a little bit disappointed. However, I had made like a whole bunch of booklets that had my name on it, a picture of me, my author name, my website address, and I had given them away for free. So I gave away like 20 to 30 bookmarks, somewhere in that range. Some of them were to kids just for something to hold on to and to make them smile, but others were to adults who were legitimately interested in who I was who I am as an author. I had some great conversations, and there's a truck moving in the background in case you hear anything. There was this one older man who is a writer himself and who writes a lot of poetry, and he's never had anything he's never really published, or he hasn't been publishing. So I've encouraged him to join the writing community, to join our local writing groups, and hopefully he does that. Now, he has sent me an email and I haven't had time to read it, but I think it's really important to encourage other writers and authors to continue on. So I'm hoping that I can help him, join our community, our local community, and put himself out there and get some publications done. So I'm pretty excited about that. I have not written a word since my last live stream. So it's probably been 2 weeks, I think, since I actually did the last live stream. So I haven't written anything. And I'm kind of feeling a little bit guilty about that. And not really guilty. It's more like that anxiety, like, I should be writing right now. I should be writing right now. So I really want to get in there and get some words done. Now, of course, Canada Day is tomorrow. Canada Day, I am off and my family is off. Friday, I am also off and my kids are off. And then we have the whole weekend. So I have 4 days with no work to do. We have plans on the Saturday. So I'm hoping between Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, I should be able to get some words in. Now, I still am editing a book for my friend Story Tyrant. I've only had time to get through about half. There's just been so much going on between work, personal life, and author business, and the book sales, and it's been a lot. So I need to make an effort. That is one of my biggest priorities before I start working on my own stuff again. So yes, so tomorrow, hopefully I'm going to have some time to sit down and do some editing, maybe later tonight. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for now. Now, the other thing that I've been looking at, this is kind of exciting to me. I've been planning another YouTube channel. I know what you're thinking. I'm already taking on too much. Job, kids, writing, publishing, my own cover designs, my YouTube channel, my podcast, my secondary YouTube channel, Nerdalific. But there's something that I really want to do, and I feel like I'm really drawn to this new idea. Anyways, the world has changed. The world as we know it has changed, and we need to roll with the change. And part of that is having some sort of a backup income in case something ever happens to our full-time jobs. I am not a full-time writer. I have a full-time job, and I feel like I have job security, but you just don't know in today's world what could possibly happen. So I am going to look at starting multiple passive income streams. Now, with that is going to come learning, a learning curve. So I am I've almost settled on this idea of starting another YouTube channel that I'm going to call Tanya's Treasury. Now, Tanya's Treasury is going to be solely focused on passive income and trying out new passive income streams. So I'm not going to be one of those big gurus who says, I know better than anybody else and this is how you do it. Come with me if you want to make money. No. Instead, I am going to say, come on this journey with me. Together, we're going to go through this experience as a team. I'm going to show you where I am at, what my goals are, what passive income streams I'm going to start with first, and then we're going to talk about how it's going. So I'm hoping that before I actually get this started, that I'm going to get some hype about it and have some people come with me over to this new YouTube channel and try this out with me. So if you're interested, let me know. Again, I am probably going to make an announcement video once the Tanya's Treasury YouTube channel is actually out there. So I did record the first video as a test, but I had some issues with the sound quality, and I'm kind of a perfectionist. I know you probably don't see that as much on this channel, but I want this this third channel to be a little bit more professional looking. So I am going to actually put in this extra effort to make sure that it's the best I can possibly make it. I do put effort into this. I'm not saying I don't and that I don't care. I just feel like this is going to be a different level of video where it's talking about money and earning passive income and the business aspect of things. So I really want to come across as professional, if that makes sense. So in my world of writing, that's pretty much all that I can share at this time. I am juggling too many things at once, and depending on how the next 2 vendor market sales go, I will have to make a decision if all of the effort and work that I've put into this is worthwhile. Again, I haven't gotten any additional or new ebook sales since I started the vendor market, so I can't say that it's really helped my sales on my ebooks, but I guess it's one day at a time. But again, I mean, I've done a lot of work. I've done the formatting, the printing, the packaging, the folding, the stapling, and it took so many hours that I probably couldn't even tell you. I'm embarrassed to admit it. I did enjoy the process though, the learning aspect and that excitement of taking your books to a market and trying to sell them. But I feel like the small amount of sales that I've gotten so far, it has covered the costs of the table. I can say that. I have covered the costs of paying for the rental of the table, but I haven't made a profit yet. And I haven't covered the cost of all the printing run yet, or the tablecloth, or the candies, or whatever else I've used on the table. I have not covered that cost yet. But now I have to remind myself that that investment, I'm going to reuse all of that stuff over and over again at every market. It was a one-time purchase thing. Unless something gets damaged, then I have to replace it. So once I cover that cost, there's not going to be another additional cost for another tablecloth or anything like that, as long as I stick with the current one that I have. I don't know how I feel about the market stuff yet. Maybe I'm in the wrong one, or maybe I've just had bad luck and the people that have come are interested enough to ask questions and have a conversation, but not interested enough to purchase the books. Maybe the next 2 I'll have some better luck. It was a very long, exhausted day. And the other side of that is the fact that it really impacted my health. There was a lot of bending and moving and lifting, standing a lot, going from standing to sitting positions, standing in the heat, limited amount of food intake. It's taking me, I basically have had these seizure-like episodes due to the blood pressure dropping every day since the market. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, now we're on Wednesday. I'm hoping that I can get past this. But it took pretty much the same amount of time for me to recover on the last vendor market. So I really have to look after myself and try to do a better job at the market, maybe get some more help. The first market, I did it 100% by myself until the end, and then my sister had come and helped me, which was so cool. This time I had my son Matthew with me. He did help a little bit, but it was a long day for him and he ended up leaving and going home. So I was I had my youngest with me, but my 7-year-old is only able to do so much. He's not going to be carrying tables and chairs, so I had to do all that loading up myself at the end. So I was more exhausted this time than I was the first run. The first run was indoors, this one was outdoors. The heat wore me out. I didn't bring enough water. I've got to plan better. So my next live stream is Sunday, July 4th, and then my next vendor market is Sunday, July 11th. And then after that, it's 2 weeks after that. I can't exactly remember what day that is, but it's about 2 weeks after that. So 2 more vendor markets, another live stream scheduled. Planning a YouTube channel startup. I think I'm going to go crazy pretty soon. Anyways, we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for listening. Hello, today is Wednesday, July the 7th. Today I feel like I'm not really in the most positive mindset. I'm hoping I can change my attitude a little bit. Things have been going hectic with my personal life and with work, and there's so much to do for writing, and I have some videos to do. I'm a little behind on pretty much everything, which is normal for me in my life. Now, I might have mentioned this in a previous clip, but I considered starting a new YouTube channel. And finally today I said, screw it. I am actually going to upload my first video. So I did. Now I created the second, third, fourth, whatever, probably my third regular YouTube channel, so that I can start documenting my journey with exploring passive income. Now, I don't want to put a ton of time into passive income or into the other YouTube channel, but I felt like it was best left as a separate channel so that I'm not confusing viewers as to what the topic is about or the content is supposed to entail in my channels. So if you're interested in checking this out, my new YouTube channel is called Tanya's Treasury. And again, the key or the main content is going to be focused around exploring, testing, trying different passive income sources. Now, a lot of this revolves around the print-on-demand aspect of things with low content and no content books. That's at least where I'm starting. I might down the road get into, like t-shirt design and that kind of stuff. But I don't have tons of extra time. Actually, I have no extra time to put into this, but it's important to me to at least explore these opportunities. So on this Tanya's Treasury YouTube channel, I'm going to be inviting other people to try what I'm trying while I'm trying it, and so that we can compare notes and share our experiences and our ups and downs with exploring the passive income. Now, why am I doing this passive income? I have a lot of reasons. One, the obvious, to get some more income to help clear out some debt and also to help support my author business. And also some backup income, because you never know with today's society what is going to happen in terms of work. Now, I do feel like I have job security in my full-time job. It is very busy, very hectic. I enjoy what I do, but it does, but there's always that risk in the back of my mind because of the way the pandemic and the world has changed so much, that what if my job is not as secure as I have believed it to be? I have been with this company for 16 years and I don't regret my time there at all, and I have no intention of leaving in the immediate future. However, if something happens down the road that the novels that I start publishing take off and I do have enough income between the author business and all of the passive income streams, I may decide one day to become a full-time author. Now, I know this is like high hopes. She's got high hopes. But isn't it every writer's or author's dream to become full-time? I think most people, yes. Now, this was not my lifelong goal. I started writing about 12 years ago, and I hadn't expected to want to become a full-time writer or author. I did not go to school for writing. I majored in music. So this is definitely not where I thought my life would take me. But now that I'm here and I've experienced what I have, I've written what I've written, I've published, and I've felt like I really enjoy the process. And the stress levels and everything is a lot less with this than what it is in my current job. So I am praying that I will actually be able to one day become full-time. So again, if you're interested in exploring the world of passive income, come and check out Tanya's Treasury. I'll leave the channel link in the description below. So with my author business, I have a vendor market table again this Sunday. I kind of felt a little bit less positive about the last one that I was in because I didn't make as many sales, but I'm hoping that this next one will do better. I did get a lot of interested people coming to talk to me and asking me questions. I gave a lot of free bookmarks out that has all of my website info and where I publish that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that down the road that will lead to future readers. Now, I'm also still working on my robot romance, and I'm enjoying it. I haven't had a ton of time to sit down and get words down. I did during my live stream this past Sunday. I got a little bit done, but mostly the editing part of it. I have a long way to go, but I'm kind of excited about it. I have an AuthorTube or a YouTube collab coming up soon that I have got to get the recording done. So that's in my plan this week, as well as making time for writing, doing some more videos, recording and editing some more videos. And I'm going to monitor my new YouTube channel and see how that goes. I've also gotten some positive feedback in regards to some of the AuthorTubers that I have released or given a free ebook to. These are the people that I've recognized as the AuthorTuber of the month for each month. I did have one person actually mention it in one of their videos, and then I also had another person, wonderful person, who emailed me saying that they did actually enjoy it and they're looking forward to reading the rest of the series. I'm glad that this person enjoyed it. It feels really good to know that somebody else is enjoying it other than just the people that I know in my personal life. I do know that it's not my absolute best possible writing that I can release. I'm hoping that this robot story is going to take me up a level in terms of skill and practice and, readership, that kind of thing. Otherwise, I think I really need to make some time to clear my mind and to set some new goals and to really start focusing on what I'm doing, what my plans are, and the order in which I'm going to do everything. Organization is key to my future plans, and I really need to get my shit together. I'm also planning to record another video in regards to my medical condition, kind of an update on how things have been going. And other than that, yes, I just need to start cracking the whip on myself and get things moving. So here's hoping I can be productive this week. Hey there, today is Friday, July 16th, and I have had absolutely no time to do any more little video clips for this video log. So on this past Sunday, I had another vendor market, and I tell you, it was frickin' hot. It was like close to 40 degrees outside Celsius and bright and sunny. Now, I did bring my son with me, and man, he was so cute. He helped me with everything. He was bending and lifting and helping me carry the table and unloading my books. And I tell you, I couldn't have asked for a better helper. He lasted the entire day with me. And one thing that helped me, and it might help you if you ever have outdoor events in the summer, is I had a fan. It came on like a rope, and you put AA batteries in it. It hangs on your neck, and it sucks in the air around you and blows it into your face. So yes, sometimes that air can be hot, but there was a little bit of a breeze, so it did kind of suck in the breeze and blow it into my face, and it helped me manage the heat a little bit better. So if you're doing an outdoor market, it might help you to get something like this. So the results of my vendor market. This was the third vendor market this summer, and I have one more coming up. This was an interesting market. I had a mixture of emotions. I made 9 sales. So the first market was 21, the second market was 9, and this one was also 9. Now the second market, I also had given out about 25 to 30 bookmarks, where this one I only managed to give out about 15 to 17 range. Now I had designed some new bookmarks, which I'll talk about in a different video. Now a couple of other things happened at this market. One, I saw a friend that I used to work with when I was a teenager, and of course now she's grown up and she has children of her own, and her daughter is interested in writing. So I gave her my bookmark for free, of course, and she is going to reach out to me at some point, and hopefully I can connect her with the writing community. I think it's really important to network and help support other writers. I had also met a writer in the second vendor, and he was an older man who had never really done anything with his writing, but he has also emailed me and sent me some of his poetry, and he's very talented, so I'm excited to bring him into our community locally as well. So that was one thing, one person that I saw. Now I also met another woman who is a writer who was writing stories and published. Now she had a string of bad luck. She chose to traditionally publish, and with this publishing company, she had 2 books published and in stores. And then, of course, the company went down and completely shut down, and taking the rights to those books along with it. Now she has to lawyer up and fight to get the full rights back to her own books. Now, I have never traditionally published nor explored it in any great detail. However, this to me feels like a warning sign that if you were going to go with a smaller publishing company that hasn't been around for years on end, that read the fine print and, if possible, don't sign away all of your rights. Because something like this will happen. Now she's going to have to spend money on a lawyer and try to fight to get her books back. Now that being said, she was a very nice person, and she also purchased one of my books. Now, I can't remember if it was her or if it was another woman, but she asked me this question: which of these booklets was your favorite? And I stood there and I looked down at all of my books, and I said honestly, my heart lies with Elganthus, my high fantasy realm. And again, this was something that I learned in my very first vendor market. The first person to ever buy a copy of Elganthus, I almost cried. So the excitement of having somebody else excited about this world kind of reminds me how passionate I am about it, and how much I really want to get my first novel published in this world. So now that I know that high fantasy means so much more to me than the crime thrillers, I enjoy the crime thrillers, but again, the fantasy is more of a challenge and more exciting to me. I really want to turn my focus more towards the high fantasy. Now that being said, I am going to continue with this robot romance first, and it might end up being my first novel released. I don't know yet for sure. We'll see how far I can get with it. But I have this entire idea fully formed in my head, and I'm too excited about it to move on back to high fantasy. Now, the last thing that happened to me at this market, I was a bit more excited. There's this woman that came up to me, and she had another woman join her as she was talking, and she says, okay, she puts her hands behind her back, and she says, explain this to me. What do we have here? I'm like, okay, so I give her the whole sales spiel, so to speak, and I'm like, this is the fast-paced crime thrillers. It is all in a series. They are $5 each, or 5 for $20. And this one here is a high fantasy short story and poetry collection. This one is nonfiction. It's nonfiction short stories and poetry. And this last one is called the Nerdalific Auto Budget, which is all about using your online banking and Excel to automate your budget. Now we also have some notebooks here. She goes, interesting. And she looks at me, and we're looking at each other, and I'm waiting. And she says, well, I am from a literary agency located in Winnipeg, and I think we might be able to work together in the future. I was like, oh, that's nice. I felt like such an idiot. why would I respond like, oh, wow, you know, that's nice. Okay, anyways, I was feeling a little bit nervous at this point. So I guess this woman and these two women, they support literacy in Manitoba. And they put on events specific for youth and children, and they sell books. So they said, because we deal primarily with children and youth books so far, normally we would come here and buy out your entire collection. However, this is adult and we are not ready yet. So they're saying that she went on to tell me that in the fall, they are going to start focusing more on the elder community. And she says, you know what? The elderly are not always up for reading an entire novel. So these short stories, oh, excuse me, my teeth whistled. Anyways, she says, these short story booklets are perfect for the older community who aren't able to read the length of a full novel. So she says, do you have a business card? I said, yes, please feel free. And she goes, oh yes, the bookmark. So she takes a bookmark, which has my name and my website and my Facebook page on it. And she says, we'll be in contact. So I don't really know entirely what this is going to mean. Does this mean down the road, I'm going to have to get a print run to sell my booklets and in large batches? Or are they going to help me market and advertise? Are they going to invite me to events? I have no idea where this is going to lead, but it is a connection. Now, in addition to this, I did start selling some ebooks that some people had pointed out, like the booklets for, on the table and said, this looks really interesting. Well, suddenly I'm making a couple of more sales. So I really believe that the people that just wanted a bookmark took the bookmark because they read ebook. And of course I had a sign showing where all the ebook platforms were that I was selling it at. And I believe that they've gone in and just purchased an electronic copy of it. So I think overall, one of the benefits to doing these vendor markets is the fact that these short stories were written in the local areas. So although these were all fiction crime thrillers, I did advertise that the stories were based in the local area. And I think that is one of the things that really sold it. And when I'm looking at these booklets, one that everybody was pointing out was called Red River. And I think the main reason for this is because the Red River runs through our area. So the fact that they could see a cover and that has the Red River, even though it wasn't actually a picture of the Red River, and the fact that it was called Red River, I think it really caught some attention, and that's what I was hoping for. So the last 3 vendor markets in total, I have sold 39 copies of booklets. I have given away probably close to 50 bookmarks. I have met 3 writers, and I have also met a literary agency. So this was definitely worth it. Now, as much as I'm not making a huge amount of profit, I am covering my expenses. When I look at the sales versus my expenses, I'm covering the expenses and a little bit extra. I do have to say that it has really gotten my name out locally. I've networked with other people, and it opens the door to other possibilities. Now, a cute little note. As we're getting ready to leave the market, my son says, "Mom, you said you'd give me money for helping you." I said, "Well, yes, I did." And I pulled out a $5 bill and I said, "Here you go." And then he says, "Mom, that's not enough." I said, "What do you mean it's not enough?" Okay, he's 7. And he says, "I thought you were going to pay me $10 because I helped you on the last one." I said, "Really?" So I sat back and I thought for a minute. I said, "Well, listen, the last time you only helped me for the tail end, maybe 2 hours at most. So you weren't there for the whole day, and therefore I am going to give you half of that. So I'm going to pay you $2.50 for the last time and $5 for this one." So I gave him $7.50, and he looked at it and he goes, "Okay, I was hoping for 10, but this is okay." But it was the cutest thing that my son was trying to bargain with me to get me to pay him more money. But then I realized that the entire reason why he wanted to come to the market, because I didn't ask him to come and help, he offered, but the entire reason that he wanted to help me with the market was so that he could make some money. And for a 7-year-old, I have to say that is pretty smart. The second market that I went to, I had started with my 12-year-old. He kind of helped here and there. He helped keep the bookmarks replenished. He, supported me and talked to me. We played some cards a little bit when it was quiet, but he really wanted out of there. So he didn't help me with the takedown. He didn't care that he would not be getting as much money. He was just anxious to go home and play some video games. But my youngest son was so excited about everything, and it made me a proud mummy. Okay, so let's move on from the market talk. Let's talk about what else is going on. So Tanya's Treasury YouTube channel is officially up and running. The first video is edited and released, and today I recorded the second video. I've also been going into other passive income communities or channels, watching other videos, and I've commented on their videos to let them know that I've started other streams of passive income and I'm learning, and thank you so much for sharing your information, and that I've also started my own channel about passive income, and you're welcome to come and check it out. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to bring anybody else, but my intention is to just get more involved in this community in hopes that maybe it might bring some more viewers to my new channel. So what have I done so far? I started my first low content book. I'm not going to give you a whole ton of detail about it. A lot of people are very secretive about their low content books, and I think it's because they're afraid that if somebody else takes their ideas, that they're going to steal that idea and lose sales. But I don't know to what extent that is actually true. Now, I did use a different author name for my low content books. I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to share it with the writing community. But anyways, I've done a ton of research. I created my very own. I didn't use any templates or pre-made stuff. I made it all myself so that it wasn't like everybody else's stuff. And I formatted the interior in Word, and I saved it as a PDF, and then I downloaded KDP's template based on the page count, and I designed my own cover, got my own ISBN, I uploaded it all. And let me tell you, I can say that it takes a lot longer for KDP to process a print book than it does to process an ebook. The ebooks, for me, I have found have gone through in a couple of hours, where the print books have taken up to, the 3 full days, the 72 hours. So finally I uploaded the 1, and then I waited the 3 days, and it finally came up. Now I went to order an author copy, and they do not allow people to order author copies in Canada. I was very disappointed. So I tried to order it from the .com site, but it would not allow me to ship to my province. I don't know if there was a glitch at the time, or if the US market just does not ship to the Canadian market on KDP for author copies. Anyways, I did some research, and I figured out that if I reduce the sell price temporarily in Canada just to cover the print cost, the bare minimum, and then I could go in and order it directly off of the Amazon.ca website and have it shipped to me, that it would actually work. So I did that. Yes, it's more money than what the author copy would have been, but it's still cheaper than ordering it from the States anyways. So this very first low content book is coming in next week. Now, the purpose behind me ordering a copy is so that I can review all of the borders and not the borders, but the margins, the lines, the font, the cover layout, just to make sure that I've done it accurately before I go on and do other ones and make more low content books. Now, of course, I'm so excited about doing this that I decided to not wait, and I tried a different type of low content book. So the first one I did was 8.5 by 11, and the second one is 6 by 9 with a completely different cover style. The first one had a specific niche, where the 6 by 9, the newer one, is just a straight plain old notebook, a lined notebook that was 6 by 9. So I have done the formatting on that did all the cover design, got the ISBN, everything else, and uploaded it. So that one is currently under review. So once the review is done and everything's set, confirmed, good to go, I'm also going to do the exact same thing as temporarily reducing the sell price so that I can buy it for a cheaper amount and have it shipped to me, and then remark up the price to the original cost. Now, based on the cost that I chose, I'm really only going to bring in about $1 per sale. And I've heard that it can take anywhere from 200 to 500 book uploads in the low content market before you actually start seeing a regular income. I don't know how true that is, and I've been debating whether or not I need to start Amazon advertising specific for low content books. I have no idea. I'm just winging it, and I'm going to see how it goes. Now, there is a downside to having a different author name and not advertising it. I'm not going to make a website for low content books. I'm not going to make a Facebook page for low content books. Or I could, I guess, because it's free to do so. But either way, the advertising and marketing concept for a low content book is not as open or not as available as it is for actual, books that you've written. Again, I'm learning. I have a lot more to learn on this, and I don't know how far it's going to take me. So what do you think of my white brick wall? I have this wall located in my house, and I've been debating on trying it for some of my videos. Now, I did use this wall for my first treasury video, and I kind of liked it. So I'm going to stick with this for a little while and see how it goes. But the benefit is it's very easy. I do have a natural lighting in the room, and also I can close the door to the basement, which is right beside me, so that I can block out or reduce the noise from my family if they're all downstairs. Okay, so let's get back to the writing world. This Sunday I have scheduled a live stream. And it seems to be I'm flip-flopping. One weekend's the vendor show, next weekend's a live stream. Next weekend's the vendor show, the next weekend is the live stream. And I feel like I'm bouncing back and forth. My Nerdalific channel has been put on hold for like a month because I just don't have time. Plus I've added this treasury thing, and I'm writing this book, the robot romance. And I just feel like I'm spreading myself pretty thin. But on the plus side, my medical condition hasn't been doing too bad. I am taking this blood pressure pill on a daily basis, and now I'm only having maybe 1 or 2 seizure-like episodes per week instead of daily. And at one point, I was having them multiple times per day. But again, now it's like I feel like I can do more, and I can talk more, obviously, because I've been talking your face off here. But I'm super happy that I'm able to do more. So now I can go back to joining my in-person writing meetings. I can get my housework a little bit more caught up, but if you looked around it right now, it wouldn't look like it. And I can make it through a day of work. Now, that is one thing I can say is going to work 2 days a week in the city. I commute. By the time I get home, I'm frickin' exhausted because now I'm not even used to it. There is so much chaos. It's very fast-paced, very loud environment, and I feel like it's so physically draining. And to add on to that, the fact that it is a very hot summer, it's challenging. So 2 days a week, right after work, I spend most of my evenings in bed. When I work from home, I can kind of break it up a little bit and make sure I have a little bit of break or a little time away from the screen when I have time. Yeah, again, my kids are always home, so I don't have a lot of quiet time. I am an overworked author. But anyways, I think I've talked your ear off enough, and I am just going to shut this little video clip down. Now, today is July 16th, so I'll probably do at least one more video clip because I've been so busy. And I'll update you on how my last market has gone, which is not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. I think it's like July 25th, I want to say. See you soon. Hello, today is Friday, July 23rd, and I got my second COVID shot today. Don't worry, I'm actually dressed. I'm just really cold in my air-conditioned basement, so I have a little house coat over my clothes. So no, I do not YouTube normally in my house coat. Anyways, this week I got in my very first low content book that I created, and I would like to show it to you. So this book I designed 100% myself. I didn't use any templates or tools or anything. I designed everything 100% on my own, uploaded it, everything. This is my very first print book that I have uploaded to KDP. Everything else is ebooks other than the booklets I've made myself. So it was kind of a formatting test to see if I knew what the hell I was doing. So the intention with this book is to help video creators reduce their screen time and have a physical book that they can take with them on the go to their various recording locations. It helps organize the video creators' thoughts and plans and notes, recording locations, equipment, all of that. I think it turned out pretty good. It's 120 pages. It's actually got, a little bit of a good weight. It's 8.5 by 11. The color is very vibrant. Also, I did find a couple of little glitches here in the printout. It actually came in like this. It wasn't damaged. It looks like it's like a plastic coating or something that has come up on the cover itself. It's a matte finish, but yeah, there is some defects in it. And also I noticed that in the bind here is this white line. It's like the color has come off of the cover along the bind area, and it's the same way on the front. A little bit worse in some sections than others. It should be like pretty solid like that, but you can see it's broken. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that, but that is not a formatting problem on my part. That is just the quality of the printout from KDP. But hey, I got my very first low content book up there, and I can be happy with that. Now my plan is, again, this is my first one that I got. I'm going to go in and I'm going to play around with the colors some more and release different colors of this notebook, because not everybody likes blue. I'm a blue addict, but I'm pretty sure other people like other colors. So the only other thing that I wasn't sure of was the spacing and the lines is actually quite far apart, but I was told by some friends that looked at it for me that maybe that's okay, because some people write bigger, or some people want to be able to see it, say if they want to prop their book up somewhere while they are doing their video recording as a reference, they can actually write bigger on here. So if you're interested in more about this book, I can definitely post a link to it in the description. Other than that, I also today recorded and edited and uploaded a video about some channel changes coming your way. Yes, I am changing some stuff because I am not getting any writing done, and I'm really not happy about that. I've put media ahead of my writing. What is wrong with me? Like, do you ever do that? Do you ever get so caught up and excited about what you're doing with your media that your writing just kind of sits there and stares at you and mocks you? Well, that's what's happening to me. This Sunday, I have my final vendor market show. I also this week sold 24 booklets outside of the vendor market. 3 different people ordered the full set of 8, and I mailed it out, and they reimbursed me and covered the shipping costs. Now, I didn't charge for the shipping envelopes. I feel like that's kind of like a supplies type thing for your business, but I did charge the sell price for the books as well as the actual shipping cost. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I haven't booked any more vendor markets. I am going to go to this last one, sell what I can. Whatever's left, I'll try to sell to other people in my personal life. Otherwise, I gotta take a break from doing the vendor markets. I've enjoyed it. I've reached some new readers, found some local support. I've also connected with the literary agent, which was wonderful. So I'm not disappointed, but it's more work than what I had anticipated. 4 was too much in 2 months. So 1 every 2 weeks, yeah, it was too much for me. Next time, I think I would book 1 per month at most because of my time and my health. Every time I do a vendor market, it takes a few days for me to recover. So the one thing that I'm concerned about for this weekend's show is the fact that I did get my second COVID shot today, and I'm worried how I'm going to feel. So I basically have tomorrow to recover and bounce back and get packed up and get ready to go for the vendor market for first thing Sunday morning. So I don't know how it's going to go. I'm probably going to have a very sore arm and not very much energy, and I will be a lump in a chair hoping somebody would like to buy a book. I have yet again not gotten any words down in the last week. I haven't had time, but I really want to. It's like this thing that's staring at me. It's like the elephant in the room that's got a big grin on its face saying, "Hey, I'm here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have time for you, but I want to play with you." Okay, that sounds really bad. Anywho, yes. So tomorrow I'm probably not going to have very much energy, so that was my kid. Hope he's okay. He went, "Whoa!" So I'm sure he's fine. He didn't scream. Anywho, if tomorrow, if I'm not very energetic, it might be a good time for me to upload some more low content books so that I can, play with the cover a little bit more, maybe improve it. I don't know. What do you think of the font? I mean, I think it's nice and it's kind of fancy. I hope that other people like it as well. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to change some colors around and maybe design some more no content, low content books, however you want to call it. Now, I've got 2 more that I designed that are coming in the mail. I have one coming, I think it's either tomorrow or Monday. And then I have another one coming on Tuesday. And these ones are just lined notebooks with really nice colors. Really nice colored covers. So once I get these, again, I'm going to go through and check all the formatting to make sure that it is at my standards. And if it is, then I'm going to start changing some cover designs and upload more of the same style of notebook. So the other part that I will need to learn is the marketing aspect of it. I can set up, Amazon advertising campaigns, but I mean, I think all the keywords are going to be completely different. Now, I know a lot of people invest in Publisher Rocket. I do not have that. I'm kind of holding off until I get some more money coming in, and I think that's kind of like backwards, because normally you invest first and then you get the money out of it. But anyways, right now I'm trying to be careful with the money, so I'm not able to get Publisher Rocket. So I'm going to have to manually do the search to find keywords to use for Amazon campaigns for low content books. Yes. Fun times will be had. So I just got another notebook in the mail that I designed. It's a 6x9, it's a little bit smaller. The cover looks really great. And it's just simply lines. Yeah, pretty cool. And today is Sunday, July 25th, and it is my final vendor market day. So we've got everything loaded up, lunch and water packed in a cooler. And now I'm just taking a few minutes to get off my feet before the chaos begins. I still have a lot of books left to sell, like the booklets that I made. I think I printed probably 180 in total, including the notebooks. The notebooks I've only sold 1. They aren't the best notebook that I made by hand. But yeah, so I started giving some of them away in terms of like other writing friends and stuff. So I don't know if I'll be able to really sell them. But it was for fun, just to test it out. So again, this week I managed to ship out 24 booklets, sets of 8 basically to 3 different people. And if I don't sell everything today, which I probably won't, let's be realistic, I'm probably going to start selling them at my work. Now, if I get more orders than what I have, depending on how many more orders than what I actually physically have in stock, I might have to go for a print run, but I kind of don't want to do that. I'd rather take my money and invest it into a print run once I actually have like the actual novel ready. So yes. So crossing fingers, my goal for today is just to give out some more bookmarks, hopefully make some more sales, and wrap up my vendor market summer season for now. And then I can shift my focus back to my writing. Now, I had released a video yesterday about some channel changes. I really do have to do some cutting back, make some changes, allow more time for family, for writing, for taking care of myself. Difficult decision to do. I'm not one for giving up, and I'm not really giving up. I just have to find a way to make it work for me. So that's what my August goal is to make time for writing and try to get a better schedule set up so that I can do everything that I need to do. So I'll come back after and let you know how the market went. So today has been a good day with sales. We've sold about 21 booklets so far. Four customers bought the entire crime thriller collection, which was super cool. And one of them was actually a retired police officer, so I thought that was pretty exciting. And I also gave out a number of bookmarks to other people as well. So I think this is probably one of the best vendor markets I've done so far. But that's it, and we are packing up in about 10 minutes and heading home. Hello, today is Wednesday, July 28th, and I got my hair completely chopped off, which is okay with me. It's time for a fresh start, something new, something different. If you hear some music in the background, it is just my son playing some vid, so yes. I'm on vacation this week, and I've been visiting some family that I haven't seen in a while, which has been absolutely great. And I'm trying to make time to write, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I am going to get some words down. But first, I wanted to show you my next low content book. So this is the third, second no content, but third, notebook that I've made. I completely designed this myself. It wasn't something that I paid somebody to do. I drew it myself by using my graphic design software, and it's very bright yellow. I know that sometimes the phone can dull the color, but this is, just a lined notebook. I also did the interior myself, the lines myself. I didn't download any kind of templates or anything, and I am pretty happy with it. So I also started a second Facebook page with my low content or notebook author name. I changed my author name just for that, to keep it separate. And I'm hoping that advertising it a little bit on Facebook might make some sales. But yes, if you're interested, look for it. It's called 2020 Sucked Notebook. Super fun. Anyways, that is it. So I'm going to end the video log at this one because I am leaving with my family to go camping in 2 days. So I basically have tonight and all day tomorrow to get ready, get packed, do the shopping, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try to make time to edit this video and get it ready to release for next week on Tuesday. I'm crossing fingers I can actually make it. So yes. Happy camping to us. I hope you have all been enjoying your summers, and I hope you're getting some words down because I haven't gotten much done other than on my live streams. So that is my goal. I just poured myself some vodka and 7. I'm going to sit here and eat some chocolate covered almonds that are gluten-free, and I'm going to get some words down. So yes, wish me luck, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever, and get some writing done, will ya?